I'm here with Justin Ward, the band director for Pelham High School, and they've got a lot going on this fall with the marching season, competitions. There's so much going on. Let's find out what they're up to. Justin, tell me, how long have you been here at Pelham?
This is actually my 8th year at Pelham High School, and this is my 5th year leading the program.
Wow, very good. And so you guys have traveled to competitions in the past. You've done pretty well, I've heard.
We have. We're pretty well traveled. Last spring we went to New York City for 5 days with the group. This year we'll be going to Orlando. But we travel around a good bit, about 4 marching competitions a season. We're competing in a circuit called Bands of America, which is regional and national competition. So it's a little different than a lot of the bands compete here with just local competition. Right. So it really provides our kids with a unique experience. And we've only competed in that circuit for the past 2 years. But last year we actually were a regional champion in one of our classes, which was very unusual to do that in only your 2nd year.
So tell us about the marching program this year. I know you've got something called Ascend, is that right?
The show this year is called Ascend, and it's actually pretty much about mountain climbing to simplify it down. We almost entitled it Everest. We just wanted it to be about kind of going on a journey and trying to conquer something. So it starts out at base camp and it works its way all the way to the end to what we call the peak. And so that we pretty much turn the entire field into a mountain and have ladders and different things to kind of help create the visual concept of Ascend.
How do you go about setting out all those designs and things? How do you know where people are going to go? That's my biggest question about the band.
The first thing, we're very fortunate to have a staff of about 35 people, and we start planning our show in Chicago at a conference in December. And so we actually begin pretty much when we end the previous season and immediately start beginning to plan. And so we kind of start with a concept and have folks who outline everything as far as a storyline, just much like you would for a novel or something. And then they move into creating the music. And then eventually we create the visual component to go with the music. And so there's all kinds of software and everything where you design where everyone goes, and it pretty much it's a big game of connect the dots. We were kind of drawn to mountain climbing and the concept of something that's very visual as well as something that tells a story. That's kind of something we've just wanted to do instead of going out and playing 3 songs on a Friday night. We want there to be more to it and want our students to be able to have more to what they're trying to convey to the audience at competition and at football games. So we have made tremendous strides and progress with our program. Our students are really buying into what we're doing. So now it's kind of the time to ascend to the top and be the best we can be and hopefully be one of the best around.
I wanted to ask, are there any fundraisers, anything coming up that the community can be involved in giving and supporting and helping the band go on their trips, competitions, whatever you need?
One of the ones we're actually engaged in now, it's called Snap Raise. And so we have links on our social media accounts on Facebook and Instagram. It's an online crowdsourcing program where it helps us raise money to operate our program each year. But we are always thankful for donations of any kind, whether it's monetary or even whether it's a resource or something that we use. It costs an inordinate amount of money to run a program like this for 150 students here and 250 at the middle school. So
wow.
400 kids in our program, grades 6 through 8 this year. So it literally costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to operate our band program.
Absolutely.
And so anything anyone would want to donate, we're also trying to offset some of our cost by one of the biggest costs we have is transporting our equipment from place to place. So we spend around $10,000 to $15,000 every year just moving stuff from point A to point B. So we're trying to purchase a semi-trailer to help really cut into those costs and something that helps us to not only store our equipment but also to move it as well.
So some transportation sponsorship would be really good for the Pelham Band, you
Absolutely.
think? Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure talking to you today.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Hi, Elliot. Tell us a little bit about what you do with the Pelham High School Marching Band.
I am the percussion director for Pelham High School Marching Band. I handle battery and front ensemble, which is the mallet keyboards, and that's my passion.
And so do you help them, do they choreograph? Are they all up front? What does that, your section do?
The front ensemble is exactly what it sounds like. It's in the front. Those are the mallet keyboards, and then we have the battery percussion, which is what most people call the drum line, and they're the ones that march.
Very good. And how long have you been working with the Pelham Band?
This is going on my 5th year, but my 2nd as the percussion director.
Very good. And what do you love about Pelham? What do you love about working with the band?
It's great people. There's great staff, great directors, great students. It's a pride, family, commitment is sort of our mantra, and the family is probably the biggest one of those 3. And the kids are great with each other, great with us, we're great with them. It's just a really fun atmosphere.
So would you encourage young people, if they're considering taking an instrument or learning an instrument, would you encourage them to be a part of the band?
Absolutely. The more the merrier. We've got 100 6th graders starting this year, so it's growing, and it'll be very, very big here very, very fast. So yeah, definitely encourage anybody who's got a musical background or not to give it a try.
I'm here with some of the band students from the Pelham High School band, and I want to ask them a few questions. First of all, I want to know what instrument do you play?
I play the clarinet, but I'm also a drum major here.
I play flute, but I'm clarinet section leader.
Okay.
I play French horn, and I'm also a drum major.
What do you like the best about Ascend? What do you like about it?
I really like the choreography that we're going to be doing this year. Every year, our choreography and our drill just gets more intense, and I love the fact that we're out here just trying to push and do the best that we can, especially during competitions.
Right. What else should they know about the band?
We are just a big family. Like, what we do in the field is all us. There's no faking it. We are just bonded together, and we're just having fun out there. It's what we do.
Tell me a little bit about band camp. It's pretty intense. You're outside in the heat. Are you on this parking lot the whole time?
Yes, all day, every day out here.
So how many hours a day?
It varies on the day. Some day we're out here about 13 hours. Other days it can be like 4. It just depends on how our schedule is.
And how long have you been practicing the music for this? How long has Ascend been going on?
We started back in April or May of the last school year. After our last concert, we kind of always switch over to marching band music, so we started practicing it then, and then we had our mini camp where we got all the band out here to practice marching and playing the music a little bit, and now we're like full in on it.
Awesome.